So before we open the chatbot and take a look at the flows, it is important to notice that as soon as you integrate your WooCommerce store with UChat, that UChat automatically generates two webhooks for you. The one webhook is for order created and the other one is for order updated. Inside of this template, we are not going to use either one. And the reason for this is because WooCommerce webhooks fire really late. So that means anywhere between 60 seconds up to 180 seconds. So this is a really bad experience if you want to set up an automation, right? Because if a user just paid and you want to send an order confirmation, you might need to wait up to 3 minutes before the chatbot is able to receive all the order details. So once connected towards your WooCommerce store, the first thing that you will need to do is go towards your settings. So let's go towards settings right now. And then from settings, we are going towards the advanced tab. And from here, you will see a webhook just to the right of the REST API. If we go towards webhooks, you will see that two webhooks have automatically been created. For me, it states this URL, but for you, it could also mean that it's just uchat.com.au. I would advise you to just disable this because they really are bad webhooks. So I don't use them inside the template I created because the system we created is much faster. And I will just go and say I'm going to edit this webhook and then I'm going to set it to disabled. I'm going to save the webhook, or you can delete it if you like to. I will just leave it at disabled and I will do the same for the other one. So let's say edit and then let's go with disabled. Save webhook. There we go. Now, if we go back towards UChat, right, and go and open the chatbot, we might also have two triggers already automatically created. So let's take a look under the automations tab, triggers. And at this moment in time, we do not have the triggers, thankfully. But it could happen that two triggers might be installed for you, which are connecting towards those two webhooks inside of your WooCommerce store. If so, just disable them or just delete them. Because you don't need them for this, basically for this course. So let's head into the main section of the template. So if we go inside the flow, we will have, as you can see, a few steps here, right? So the steps will be the WooCommerce step 1 is the main flow, which we will open. And if we take a look here, as you can see here, we have an additional contact support button, but we left this blank because every single business might want to connect towards their own support flows already. And so we decided to just leave them blank. The button is there for you to connect to your own flows or to your maybe just a simple admin notification, whatever you wish. But we just left it like this and we have a note there explaining that. Then the next step will be an introduction message towards the store. And we will say welcome to business name shop, and the shop is basically the business name shop is a variable, is a bot field variable. You can change this under the contents tab on the bot fields and you will see that we have a bot field here. You can just change the value by just press edit by pressing the pencil icon, and then you can change this value. So if we go back towards the chatbot itself, towards the flow, then you will have two options basically, which we connected. So we have the go shopping, and that will go towards the function flow shopping, or we will have a check order status, which will go towards the order check flow. Now we will cover this section later on, but let's head over towards the main sections first. As you can see, basically this entire main flow is your entire shopping experience already. So the way that we divided this is by using function flows, which make it possible to basically integrate into smaller segments of flows, and it's also better to manage them, right? So instead of using one gigantic flow for your entire shopping experience, we broke it down into several function flows, which is a much easier way to also understand how this shopping experience setup works. So in the next videos, we will go into each individual flow. But for now, just note that you need to disable the two webhooks inside of your WooCommerce shop. And if you go under the automations triggers and you might have a certain two triggers here enabled, just delete them or disable them by toggling on the active and inactive toggle. In the next videos, we will go into the shopping experience of this template.